Hey guys, welcome to Girls, Gore, and Gin.
Hi, guys.
We're here with George the Giant.
How are you? Oh, 1 second, sorry.
Hi.
And now I'm sitting back on the chair. Okay.
Thank you for having us here today.
Oh, as I said, thank you for having me. Thank you for being had. That's, I've been doing performance for over 30 years, collecting stuff, and this is the second year I get to bring it out in public and let people see the things that my wife says nightmares are made of. And this is probably why I don't have kids.
Aww. Oh, so this is your second year, you said?
This is my second year, yes.
Okay. I read online that you've added a true crime part to this.
I had a lot of people last year asking for it because people like serial killer stuff. I can't say no to that. So we have added a private tour. It's going to be normally at 7 o'clock on Thursdays. And then on Fridays and Saturday nights are 11 p.m. And then we will walk you through the museum. I get to point out the different exhibit pieces that I really like. And then we end up at the true crime section where I think we have around 15 to 20 pieces, if not more. I think it's around 10 individuals, 2 women, and the rest are guys. And a lot of them are Netflix specials. So they're people that have been on that are talked about on Netflix in one way or another. So it's kind of fun, and then it's just something different. It's a little bit more than the regular tour. The regular tour is only $5. The private tour is $25. You have to buy them online because we only do 20 people. I want it to be intimate. I wanted people to have be able to hear me and be able to feel like I care what they see, because I do. But for $5, you're going to be able to walk at your own pace. $25, we're going to go a little bit faster, and that's why you kind of need to be able to have a smaller group.
Okay, that sounds really exciting.
It's going to be different. I have some artwork that are some creepy people that did it. And when you look at the stuff and then you realize what they've done, you're like, okay. And then we have a piece that is somewhat notorious. It is a print of a piece that is at the Haunted Museum in Vegas. But it's done by the artist that did it, is the person that's supplying all the stuff for the private tour, all the true crime stuff. And let's just say there's a little bit of an individual who passed away in Bakersfield recently in the portrait. And it's part of the reprint also. So it's kind of special. We have people that did their killings in Bakersfield, in the Kern County area. So we're trying to cover a lot of different bases. I've never been a big fan of serial killers because it's dealing with pain. And if you look around, you'll see a lot of weird stuff. You'll see bizarre haunted objects. You'll see shrunken heads. You'll see the finger of Pancha Villa. These are things that are weird and different. And they make me smile just because of the stories behind them. True crime makes me uncomfortable, but it's fun to be a little uncomfortable in this world. So that's why people go see horror films. That's why they're going to come to the private tour.
Exactly. Can you tell us a little bit about the different collection pieces you have in here?
Collection pieces. So I try to do sections. So I have Mystic Mysteries. I had something that was coming, but it didn't show up. The person that was getting ready to loan it to me couldn't get it past the borders. It was in Chile. There was some earthquakes a while back, and a lot of places got destroyed. There was a church that got destroyed that supposedly had a statue that cried tears of blood, that supposedly healed people, and it was destroyed. But the stories behind it says that no, the Vatican doesn't believe in these attributes of statues healing people and didn't want them to exist. And so kind of when the incident occurred, supposedly a priest saved the statue and he was told, no, you didn't. And it was then given to someone who gave it to someone else who bought it off that. It gets really convoluted, but it couldn't go through borders. It wasn't able to get to me. I might have it for next year. I don't know. Then I have stuff like some items that were used in voodoo. I have a glory hand. I have some other weird stuff in that category. Then I have haunted objects. Then I have nature, which are some haunted dolls, some haunted artifacts that belong to people. I have the George the Giant ego section. Oh, I wonder who that deals with. I had someone complain, go, well, there was all this stuff with Big Fish and some other movie. I'm like, yeah, because I was in it. Of course I'm going to post it. Dude, it's me. Then I have cryptozoology, which always has a fine space in my heart because I love the Loch Ness Monster. I love Bigfoot. So that stuff is there. I have outsider art. So that ranges from Victorian hair art with things done with human hair to carving with a Dremel tool on billiard balls. I have a skull. I have an owl. I also have some duplicates that are for sale at the gift shop. I have some portraits done with dryer lint, with things done with telephone wire. And then I have roadside attractions, which are things when you were driving a long time ago, you would see signs saying, come see the killer bats. And you'd go to it, you'd pay 50 cents. And then after you see it, goes, yep, I just paid 50 cents. Oh, where's my friend? Hey, you got to see this. Because everyone, one sucker wants the other person to be suckered. So we have stuff like that. We try to do blow-offs. We have a few, we're going to have the 250-pound man-eating chicken here. It came we brought it in last year. People loved it, so we're bringing it back. I will be performing throughout the night. My daughter, Callie Spinner, will be performing. It was an adoption, gypsy adoption. Some people say kidnapping. Some people say adoption. Potato.
She's very talented too.
Yes, she's very talented. She'll be here most of the run. But yeah, so I have little sections. I wanted people to have a taste of everything. I have a bell that belonged to a medium in New York who basically would rig it so it would go off when she would ask questions to her spirit guide using thread. But then when she was about to pass away, she basically requested to have it placed near her coffin during the viewing. Mm-hmm. And rumors have it that it went off a few times. A collector of the occult purchased the bell. He stated that there were several times he would hear a ringing sound from his study. I obtained it. It's on loan. Will it go off? I don't know. Hopefully it will, but it just depends on if the spirits are aligned, because, you know, this is the Majestic Fox Theater. Mm-hmm. And if anyone knows their history with Bakersfield, there has been some sightings. There has been some things that have occurred. People have felt there was a female that I was just talking to last night who has walked down the hallways, no wind, nothing, and felt her ponytail moved.
Oh, wow.
And flicked. So the building is really fun to have something that is supposedly conductive, that can conduct the spirit's connection to the reality realm.
What do you think you'll do if it does end up ringing?
Oh, I'll probably laugh my head off. Here's the thing. Do I believe in haunted objects? No. But has Donnie done things that we can't explain? When I was placing him in the box last year, I set him up. He was fine. I came back. He was on his side. I fixed him again. He then was behind the chair. How he went behind the chair, I have no clue. My wife does not like him, does not want him in the house.
Oh, I don't blame her.
I love it. He's always been good to me.
And you've had Donnie for a very long time.
Donnie I've had for a while. He's the mascot. When I decided to have the museum last year, I was like, I need the face of the museum. And everyone's like, oh, it needs to be you. It needs to be. And I'm not a pretty man. So Donnie won. I figured Donnie had to get the position. And then people go, oh, are you going to change the logo up? I'm like, no, it's Donnie's. I mean, if I could have got away with little Donnie's oddity museum, I probably would have done it. But the problem is he doesn't have the name recognition in Bakersfield as I do. So I had to claim that myself. And so we'll see. We're hoping people come. They were very nice to me last year. I had a lot of people show up. I was very honored how many people came and stood in line. We had lines that were 45 minutes long last year.
Wow.
And we've tried to fix that by changing the way things are positioned. We've used a lot more cases. I've had to lower the write-ups a little bit. That's why you might want to go to the private tour, because you'll get fuller stories about it. Because we had a lot of reading, and so people would stand and read, and it would slow down the lines and get congested. And so we've had to find things here and there so we will be able to have a nice flow. We can get people to see it. I still think it's going to take around 35 to 55 minutes to really look at it. And that's not even staring at anything. That's just doing a nice look. If you want to spend more time, you'll be able to do it. I have no problem. Our last ticket for the night is sold at 10 o'clock. And then the private tour starts at 11 o'clock. So even if you show up at 10 o'clock, you should have enough time to see everything before you leave. So we have that. Something I forgot to mention with another interview is a portion of the money collected this year is going to Bakersfield Burrito Project. They've had a lot of stuff happen. Different things with having to rent venues. People won't let them. They don't want the homeless in their backyard. So where if you or me called up an area and said, hey, I want to have a barbecue here, they wouldn't charge us $1. But they call up and says, hey, we're going to do a feed for the homeless. They go, oh, that'll be $300. So instead of the money going to the food, it's now going to a location for the people to go to.
Okay.
So I wanted to try to take a little stress out of their lives. And so a portion of the money will go to Burrito Project. I will also have some containers that people can put money in. That money will go to the Burrito Project. But a portion of all the tickets for the normal tours will be going to them. It's something very important to me. I've been helping them out off and on for a few years. Usually for their big events, I always volunteer to be their security and help organize the big burrito to make sure it would run smoothly. So I've had the opportunity helping them out. And so now I definitely want to make sure that they're helped in their time of need.
That's really, really awesome. That really is.
So I'm trying. Giants can't be perfect, but we're trying.
Oh, you're doing a great job.
I have a question.
Yes.
I have a segment on Girls Gore and Gin called "Would You Rather?"
So I have to cram
or
this in
it's
your
a
face.
question of the night.
Okay.
Would you rather be locked in a haunted insane asylum or lost in the woods with a serial killer on the loose?
Ooh.
Man, the chance of two of them in the woods at one time. Oh, sorry. Did I say?
Stranger things have happened
Sorry,
in the world.
that's my favorite. That's one of my favorite jokes. Is the guy pulls over and for a hitchhiker, and the hitchhiker goes, "How do you know that I'm not a serial killer?" And he goes, "Yeah, the chances of two in the car at one time. Yeah, right." The same asylum probably wouldn't bother me because I was locked in an embalming room once as a kid.
Oh my gosh.
But that's a whole different story, and my brother denies it. Yeah, he still does. But yeah, I think I'd rather, because the thing is, as I said, ghosts, it's going to be what it's going to be. If you know there's an actual killer coming at you, I'd rather have the ghost. Sorry.
Very nice.
But yeah, so we have a lot of different things. We're also doing drawings. I'm going to have a few gift baskets made up. One of them, they're going to be $1 a ticket or 25 for $20. So you'll have a chance to win a body bag.
Ooh.
That was a big hit last year. A two-headed duck.
Oh.
We are also going to have some stuff with like some carved skulls, a giant bobblehead bone daddy. It might also have a two-headed sock monkey, some George Giant t-shirts in there. But yeah, we're going to have a lot of different things, and so people can do it because, I want to bring this back next year. I want to get some more stuff, and continually growing is very important to me. And last year, a very big portion of the money went to something that I didn't think would ever happen. And I've had problems with my teeth for a very long time, and my top teeth were falling apart.
We understand how you feel.
And so most of the money that was collected last year bought me teeth, and I haven't smiled as much as I have in the last year for like 10 years.
Oh, that is awesome.
So it has brought my smile back. Just call me Brett Michaels. Yeah, I'm a closet wrestler and a fan. What can I say? I got a lot of friends in the business. So yeah, it's kind of fun. We're trying to do different things. And as I said, a lot of the portion of the money I'm collecting during definitely the regular tour will be going to Burrito Project. And I'll probably be putting so much more money in there because I have a goal that I want to donate. And so that is what I'm going to be trying for. And that's my private goal. No one needs to know what it is. It's just I want them to not have to worry for a little bit.
Right. That's awesome. I hope you exceed that goal.
I am too. I'm kind of, my wife is like, you really think you can get that much? I said, that's my goal. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be different, and we'll see what happens.
Well, we're rooting for you. So, I guess the next question I would have is, I know this is kind of like your dream to have an oddity museum.
I wanted an oddities museum. What happened is originally I was looking at a storefront, and then I realized a few things. Most of the real estate in Bakersfield is owned by people that don't live in Bakersfield. Mm-hmm. So that's why there's a lot of storefronts that don't have anything in it, because they're asking top dollar for it, because they can do that because they can have a tax deduction if it doesn't rent. So they get that tax deduction that they're saying, oh, that property is worth $2,000 a month. Even though in this market here in town, it might only be worth $900, but they get to claim that money on their taxes as losses. So that helps them out. Doesn't do the economy in Bakersfield any good, because more shops, local businesses, the economy grows. Mm-hmm. And all the venues I was looking at, it was going to probably cost around $2,000 a month.
Oh, wow.
With power, everything I needed, insurance and the rent. And they were going to make me sign a 1 to 2 year lease. And this is not a tourist town. I know this is probably a shock to you. We're not a tourist town.
Say what?
Yeah, I know. And so I did not see me surviving for more than a year doing that. Even if I sold oddities on top of the museum, I did not feel it would work. And so I had to make a decision that it wasn't going to happen, that my dream was not going to come true. And there is an event here at this site, first Friday every month, called Bubble Pop. It's an art museum, and it's an art gallery. Sorry, museum is me, gallery is her, and it shows up for just the weekend here at the Fox. People can see things that they would never see before from artists all over the country, and then it's gone. It's kind of vanishes like a dark carnival. And I saw that, and then also like Beetle House is a pop-up restaurant. It's just stayed around a lot longer than they thought it would. And I started looking at the pop-up model. Be somewhere for a short time and then leave. And then they can't get sick of you or bored with you because you're a rarity.
Kind of like a traveling sideshow.
Traveling sideshow. And that's what I'm good at. So I contacted the Fox, asked them if they would be interested in me coming in for a couple weeks. They loved the idea when I brought some examples of what I was going to show and told them what I wanted to do. The board thought it was fun, and so they all agreed to let me rent the space. And so I'm here. Last year I was here for 2 weekends, 4 days. I'm here for 6 regular days plus some private shows. So it's growing, and hopefully it's going to grow more next year. I think I like doing just Fridays and Saturdays. I don't like doing Sundays because Bakersfield likes to close up on that day.
Family day.
And I have no problem with it. So I like doing the Fridays and Saturdays. People are enjoying it. Downtown's a great place. I had several people come see the museum and go hang out at the different drinking, watering spots, bars, gin joints, whatever you want to call them, downtown. So they would come see my show and then go there. I had people come see this and then go to the maze that was at the racetrack last year. It's now at the Fox Theater, I think. Not the Fox, at Pioneer Village.
Oh, okay.
They've set up at Pioneer Village. So they'll be over there. And people are like, oh, you guys are company. No, I'm not. We're two different things. You can enjoy both of our things.
Do you think you'll ever, if you do this again next year, which I hope you do, would you think you'll ever maybe add on like actual performers? Like,
oh, we have performers.
Oh, you do?
Okay, so every hour on the hour, I at least do something. But because last year, I originally was hoping for 600 people to show up for the 2 weekends. The Bakersfield, California did an article about me. Well, I've had bad luck with the Bakersfield, California. I did the movie Big Fish. I did the TV show America's Got Talent. I did a world's record here. I have never passed the fold of the accent section. Okay, so when you fold the paper in half, you have the top half and then the bottom half. I was never on the top half of the accent section. Last year, I was on the front page.
Oh, wow.
I looked at this and went, yeah, I have a feeling people might show up. So I called a friend in LA, Funny Eddie, who is an ex-Ringling Brothers clown. And then I had my daughter, and then I had a friend from Visalia who also does walk around performances. And I had them performing outside in front of the lines. So I felt even if you had to wait, you were going to be entertained. So having that 45-minute wait, yes, no one wants to wait. But would you rather wait at a roller coaster ride with nothing to look at, or at the Haunted Mansion?
Right, where you're constantly...
Where you have something to look at, something that's going to that you're going to visually have something entertaining to look at. And that's kind of what I did. So we had performers. I'm bringing them back. I just got off the phone with Funny Eddie. He's coming. He is one of the funnest performers I've ever had the chance to work with. I met him a long time ago at a show called Balloonatopia.
Balloonatopia.
Yes, it was a burlesque balloon show. everything was balloon themed.
Pop, pop.
Yeah.
Pop. Okay.
But it was just a fun experience, Balloonalicious, and got to meet him, and we've been friends ever since. And so we're going to have live entertainment, and I think that's worth the $5. Is you're going to be entertained no matter what.
Oh, for sure. That's cool. That's really cool. You've been in a lot of stuff, and it seems like you've a little bit.
Oh, cool.
Actually, because I was trying to catch up and find some other things that I might not have known. I saw that you were in a Panic at the Disco.
Yes, the
long,
music video.
yeah.
Yes,
have you seen that one?
After the first split of 2 members, before he became a solo act, and instead of just using his own name, he still uses, which I don't understand that one, how you can just claim the whole, but Flock of Seagulls, that guy did the same thing, so I can't say anything. But yeah, I did their one album, and we did a video shoot in Universal Studios.
So what did it look like?
I got to take pictures at the Miracle Square by the fountain that all the movie monsters went by. So I got to stand where Frankenstein's monster and Dracula and the Mummy hung out. And so that music video was so much fun because I got to do that.
And I bet you were probably one of the few people who even knew about all of that there.
I was, yeah, some people did not know why I was so excited to take pictures. I was like, can I go to the Miracle? And they're like, yeah, you can go there. But if you see the train coming, could you move to the side so they don't see you? I'm like, yeah, I'll do that. I don't care. So I took a picture of me fire eating there. So
oh, very cool.
it meant something. But yeah, I did that. Did the music video. I've done a couple weird music videos. I'm in Nikki Sixx's book called This Is Gonna Hurt. And in his band's 6 a.m. in the music video for This Is Gonna Hurt, it has a lot of photos that he took, and I'm in that music video. I'm in a movie called Firecracker with Karen Black and the lead singer of Faith No More. I was in another movie with Norman Reedus, and it was a very odd movie. But yeah, that one was called Tough Luck with Amanda Sante, Dagmara. She had done Count of Monte Cristo? Yeah, Count of Monte Cristo. She was in there, and that was a fun film. Filmed in Alabama.
You don't say.
In Alabama.
Alabama.
I've done 2 movies in Alabama. So, and they were both while it was raining.
Oh, yeah.
So wet on top of humid. So it's like just all soaking wet, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. That sounds like a nightmare. We were running low on the phone? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Did you have any more questions for Julie?
What are some don'ts of the museum? When you come in, don't do this.
Don't touch anything.
That's kind of why I have cases. See it on film and go, oh, I don't have to see it now. I'm like, yeah, trust me, it looks so much different.
Oh, yeah.
And so I kind of don't want people taking pictures, but I can't in this day and age. I'd have to run around and yell at everyone, and I'm not going to do that. I would rather have you take pictures in front of things,
Right.
or of you looking at stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong. Donnie loves people taking pictures with him. So that's why he got moved, because he was upset that not everyone took pictures with him last year.
Aww.
So we wanted to set him up for this year.
Oh, that's so cute.
I love him.
He's a cute little guy.
Yeah. My wife doesn't like it, but I do.
Oh.
Some pictures, and then I'm assuming the kind of like the basic stuff, don't touch everything.
Yeah, and really it's just be courteous to everyone because everyone's trying to look at something. We didn't have any major problems last year. No one, we didn't have any fights. We didn't have any, and I'm probably jinxing this. That's what I'm like in the back of my head going, I'm just asking for people to give me problems. But I had so many people come up and say they enjoyed it and loved it, that they could bring their whole family. We did have one problem where a lady kind of lectured my wife, and I was like, because there was a 45-minute line and said, "Don't you guys know what you're doing?" And my wife looked at her and went, "No, we've never done this before." Okay, I've ran shows. I've done party planning. I know how that runs. I can do that. I can set up a variety show and say, this person's doing this much time, this person's doing this much, this person's doing this much. Okay, this person went over, so this person has to cut this much. I know how that works. That's what I do. Last year is the first time we've ever brought this stuff out, and people came to see it. So we're hoping to be a lot better this year. We're hoping it to be smoother. But if it isn't, please be nice to us. This is not my day job. This is my love.
Yeah.
And so we're still learning. I mean, I've changed things up, and I have a feeling by next week I will move things around again because it needs to run smoother. So it's a continually wanting to change the attributes of how we're doing stuff. But yeah, just be curious to people. Be aware of your surroundings. As I said, we had a lot of kids. Be aware there's people that are below your sight line.
Yeah.
They're running around. And also, if you have kids, please make sure they're attached to you.
We have needle and thread in the back.
Yeah, my thing is, I have no problem. I believe everything I do, even my performances, are for all ages because that's what it was done when the sideshow was at its prime. I believe it was for everyone. But I also believe parents know their kids better than someone else, and they should know what they should let their children look at. They should know what their children are doing because I have some things here that are not replaceable. If something happens to them, they're kind of in a situation where I can't replace it. If Donnie gets hurt, I can't replace him because it's kind of like replacing your kid. You can't do it. Yeah, you can have another kid, but those memories are hard to put into the next kid. You can't go, oh, this kid didn't exist. So.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well,